Hi guys, in this video we're talking about frequency distribution for quantitative data using Microsoft Excel. As we all know, distribution is a summary of frequency of individual observation for a variable, and the most common way to describe a single variable is the use of frequency distribution. So in this example, we have here different age data, wherein we have here 20 items here, and to organize data into a frequency distribution we need to pick some convenient class interval and tabulate the number of each individual observation that fall into a particular interval. So in statistics we manually use the manually compute the class interval, but in Excel it would be very easy for us to do this one. What we need to do is just simply find the number of bin and also the bin width, so that we're able to construct the class interval using the frequency formula. Using Excel, there are 3 steps necessary to define the classes for a frequency distribution with quantitative data. And these are: first, determine the number of non-overlapping bins; second, determine the width of each bin; and third, determine the bin limits. In this example, we have here 20 items. These represent the different ages of the respondents. We are going to find out as to how many belongs to a particular bin. Okay, in this example, let us make sure that the data analysis for the data option is active. And if it's not, we really have to make the data analysis active. Okay, so the first thing to do is to find the minimum value of the given data using min for the minimum and the function max for the maximum, and also finding out the bin width. So let's find the minimum, equal min, and then highlight the entire data, and then you press the enter key. So we have here 12 as the minimum value of the given items. So to find the maximum, you use the max function, and we have here 33 as the maximum value. To get the bin width, we are going to compute by using the formula maximum value minus the lowest value divided by the number of bin. In statistics, if you have a fewer number of items, you can use 5 as the number of bins or 7 as the number of bins. So in this example, we were able to compute that the bin width is 4.5, and we round it up as 5. So meaning to say 5 is the the bin width, which is the interval of the which is the class interval. So again, the assumption here is that we need to have 5 number of bins so that we can compute the bin width. So let's say we have 5 number of bins, so we start from 10 plus 5, we have 10 to 14. So you count 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that is, the bin width is 5. And another bin is 15 to 19, 20 to 24, and 25 to 29, and 30 to 34. So these are the bins that we can use for our groupings. Okay, bin 1 is 10 to 14, bin 2 is 15 to 19, bin 3 is 20 to 24, and bin 4 20 to 25, and so on. So you have that um, range or groupings. Now we are going to get so this represents the age or ages. Okay. Now we are going to get the frequency distribution of each group. But in Excel, we need to have a positive upper value or upper value of the range or the bin. So you can get the frequency distribution using the frequency function. So as I mentioned, the upper value is used here for the frequency distribution. So I guess we have to change the or omit the negative value of the upper value. So we have to transfer the negative sign here at the left. So consider that one already as a string or text. I need to transfer the symbol because I want to use the upper value for in getting the frequency distribution of our groups. So a little formatting so that it would be more readable. Okay, so the first thing to do, again, this is Excel. The first thing to do is highlight everything where you're going to compute the frequency distribution and then find the frequency function. So select frequency function and then highlight the data array, which means the given items, and then the upper limit of the bin array. That's basically the reason why we need to have a positive value. And then press Ctrl Shift. Hold down the Ctrl Shift keys while pressing the Enter key. So let us try to check if we have exact number of items by computing the total number of frequencies. So we have 20 and we have 20 items, and we got it correctly. So it means to say that in the range or bin 10 to 14, we have 4 items. Let us try to check. We have 12. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So there are 4 items that belongs to the range 10 to 14. So it means to say that there are four respondents belong to this age 10 to 14. So we have also the 15 to 19. We have 8 items or 8 respondents belong to the age 15 to 19. Okay, we got it right. There are 8 items. For 20 to 24, we have 5 items. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5. So with 25 to 29, there are 2 items, and 30 to 34, we only have 1 item, or 1 respondent belong to the range 30 to 34. Now this grouping of frequency distribution is best presented using the histogram. So this is where the data analysis comes in. So data analysis can be added using the option and then click add-ins. And then from there, you have the analysis toolpath. You just click go button. And then tick or select analysis toolpath and solver add-in, and then you press OK. So from there, you would notice that in the data menu, you already have the solver. Okay, wait, the window is too narrow. So we have to check it first so that we could check, okay, data analysis already there. So let's construct the histogram using the data analysis. Click the data analysis and you can see the histogram. Histogram cannot be found in the list of graphs available. It can only be found in data analysis. So you first input is the input range. What you're going to do is highlight all the data, and then the bin range, which is the upper limit, and then make sure that the output range were in the location of the location where you're going to put the result, and make sure also to check the chart output so that you can see the histogram, and press OK. So you have here the bin and frequency table, and so with the histogram. As you can see, the bin frequency that is generated using the histogram is equal to the one that we computed using the frequency function. So we got it correctly, and you can edit the histogram by just simply clicking the portion of the histogram and right click the mouse so that you can see or you can do some changes in it. So for example, in the bin, you can reflect there the range. You write 10 to 14. Make sure that you have this quotation so that it won't be converted into date format. We have here the 15 to 19. Again, the quotation, open quotation, and then type the range. So as you can see, the bin value has already been changed, and it is and they are reflected into the histogram. So by just looking at the histogram graph, you would already know, or you would easily determine which range, age range, has a minimum value or has a lower value. So it is also reflected there that the range age 15 to 19 has the highest value. And also when you right click the graph, you can also edit it using, or you can insert a format trend line. You can have that one. And so with the, if you want to see the intercept, and so with some other statistical data that you can use for correlational or whatsoever it is, you can just simply select the or tick the option. Take note that this histogram can also be used or can also be placed in some other sheet of your worksheet or a workbook. You just simply specify that one in the options. So here, when you right click, you have several options. So you can just select whatever option that you wanted to apply in your histogram. That's it. You can click the plus sign there, and you can have several options. You can even narrow down the gap between the bars. And you can also insert the values of each bar that depending on the options that you select in the chart elements. So that's it, guys, for doing frequency distribution for quantitative data using Microsoft Excel. So this is more of grouping in a frequency distribution. And I hope this video would be very useful for you, especially if you're conducting research or doing descriptive analytics on the given data.